Good evening, everybody. What's really good? So good to be back in the building. Uh, Doing my podcast again, Jerry Bishop's Live. Um, it's been a minute since I've spoken to all you guys out there in sports podcasting land, but it is good to be back. It is good to be back. I definitely want to send a shout out to all my compadres from the previous show, Double Coverage Radio. Let me make sure my mic is right. We good? All right. Yeah, I definitely want to send a shout out to all my compadres from the Double Coverage Radio show. If I miss you, blame my head, not my heart. Trev Silva, Anthony, Monte Carlo, Eric, the Walking Sports Hall of Fame, Frank, and everybody else that basically contributed to the show over at FLO. Big shout out to my man Dave. But we are starting a new chapter here at Bravery Studios here in Jersey, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing because my start at podcasting was crazy because the day after I finished up my undergrad at Lehman College, I got an opportunity to co-host a sports show on ESPN Radio with Robin Lundberg. And after I finished that show, I was like, I think I really like this. I think I really like podcasting. I think I really like sports radio, being on sports radio, participating in sports radio, calling in to sports radio shows. But I knew that at that time, I wasn't really ready to apply to a position at ESPN Radio. So I was like, you know what? I think the next best thing, start my own podcast. So that's what I did. Reached out to a couple of fellows of mine who, had the same interests, and they were able to help me out. And, we started in, I think it was August of 2015 or August of 2014. And we went strong for a couple of years. And I took some time off because, the whole NFL situation, just kind of lost the passion for sports in general. But we're back. We're here at Bravery Studios, like I said, in Clifton, New Jersey, the Jerry Bishop's Live show. And I just want to welcome you all because I know you could be doing anything or you could be any place else in the world, but you're here with us and we love it. We love you. If you want to call in and talk to me about sports, entertainment, entrepreneurship, or politics, you know the number is 862-621-9536. I'm going to be saying that number throughout the show. We'll probably be here for about a half an hour, 45 minutes. It's almost like a soft opening this week. Okay, but we are going to be here. We will be here on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. sharp. Okay, it was a problem getting here because of the weather here in the tri-state area. It's a little testy, but I got on the Garden State Parkway with the 4x4, and we got here. So once again, the Jerry Bishop's Live show on Jersey Fresh TV. That is the YouTube channel, Jersey Fresh TV, and we are here at Bravery Studios in Clifton. So we're gonna have a couple of guests that call in, and first thing I think we're gonna talk about is the Knicks. And the reason why I say I want to talk about the Knicks is because I'm a true Knicks fan at heart, and the last couple of years it was very hard for me to even watch Knicks games. I was disgusted with the way that Phil Jackson just got rid of a lot of our assets. One of the things that he did do was pick up Porzingis, but some people, are at odds whether that was a good move or not. Some people don't like the European players. Some people like, the traditional guys that come out of college or that come out of high school. But that's neither here nor there. Porzingis is gone. But I'm a big Melo fan, so it hurt to see what he did with Melo and Melo's confidence and just trading him off as if he didn't have any value. But after that period, it was just hard as a Knicks fan to just watch them play. And now I'm feeling good about what's happening. Yes, the Knicks are like 10 and God knows what, but I like the movement that's going on. It's somewhat of a youth movement. We have a lot of young players. We're probably one of the younger teams in the league, and we're getting an opportunity to see what these young men have. Some people will say they're tanking. I don't like to say that they're tanking. I just basically say, listen, we're giving our young players a chance to play because come the end of the season, we want to see exactly what we have. We want to see, what Dennis Smith Jr. has. We want to see if we want to keep Andre Jordan. We want to see if Kevin Knox is the real stud that we thought he was going to be, which I think he is. The kid's a phenomenal player. I think he's only like 19 or 20 years old. But I would sound crazy in saying that, I like the direction that they're going in, but I do. I do like the direction they're going in because we need to get one of the top 2 picks in this coming draft. He said you got a 14% chance of getting the first pick. We need to get that first pick. I was listening to some people talk the other day about the process of trying to rebuild your team and how tanking is basically bad for your franchise and the fans. I disagree, but the Knicks process, the process in which they have set in place, I'm thinking it could take anywhere between 2 to 3 years with the new regime that we have post Phil Jackson. I see there's some calls coming in to my cell phone, but guys, call 862-621-9536. I'm not picking up my personal cell phone. We're going to do this the right way, just like we did it all the other times. Call the studio. You got something to say? Let's talk about it. So like I was saying, the Knicks and their, the potential of us having a first or second pick in the draft is a really good one. I believe we have the worst record in the league by now. I think we're by a half a game. And everybody's talking Zion Williams. It's like, I watched the kid play. He is a phenomenal player. No doubt about it. There's some different things that, he's going to need to improve. But at this point, I don't think there's a team in the league that wouldn't mind having that young man on their team. Okay, we got our first caller to the Jerry Bishop's live show. All right, who's on the air? Who's on the line?
Hey, it's your boy Mike Brown, Face.
Hey, Face Brown, what's good, my brother? How are you?
Hey man, it's like a bowl of soup out here, man.
He says like a bowl of soup out there. Where you calling from, my brother?
Coming from NYC, Manhattan.
Okay, you calling from New York City. That's what's up. Appreciate the love, my brother. Appreciate the love. So, what's your thoughts on the Knicks right now?
Well, I mean, I agree with you. This is something that should have been done a few seasons ago.
Right.
Of course, with James Dolan, of course, the most popular man in New York City.
Right.
He has a tight stranglehold on the franchise.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with David Fizdale. I think he's the right coach at the right time. He's exactly what they need.
Right.
I mean, and everybody knows whether you're saying they're choking or they're throwing games to get that number 1 or number 2 pick. They need to rebuild. This town has been hungering for a championship for how many decades now?
Bro, let me tell you something.
I mean, you and I, we're diehard Knicks fans, bro. I mean, it's like before we were born,
Yes,
you know. I
yes.
mean, we're talking 1973. I mean, it's utterly ridiculous.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was not born to see early enough to see the Knicks win a championship. But uh, I'm hoping that at some point during my lifetime that I'm able to experience the Knicks winning a championship in Madison Square Garden, not any other team. you know?
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, they made a smart move with Porzingis. I feel. To me, he wasn't someone that could stay healthy. The
Right,
guy is always injured. When you're 7'1", guys like that, they're just hard. It's hard to stay healthy. You know.
right.
I mean, yeah, he had all the talent in the world, but the Knicks can't afford. They can't afford to give this guy a big deal, not with his injury history. So I think it was a smart move.
Okay.
Dennis Smith Jr.
Yes.
He's a little erratic with his jump shot. He's a little inconsistent. He had two good games with Detroit, where he dropped 30 in one game. But
Right.
but there is potential there. You have
Oh,
Knox. He's a first round draft pick.
yes.
And I mean, there's they at least they're starting to build some type of culture. Yeah, they don't know how to win yet. They're learning. They have to
You're
learn
right.
how to win.
You're right.
They
Let's
have to
let's
learn.
let's stay right there for a second on Dennis Smith Jr. Let me ask you a
Yeah.
question. I think the kid has tremendous upside. I want to know, do you think with Dennis Smith Jr. right now and him getting the playing time and actually learning the system, do you feel like it's still necessary for us to go out and try to find or sign a point guard to a max deal in the 2020 season?
Well, I mean, only time will tell. I mean, by the end of the season, I think we'll know. We won't know that answer until the end of the season. Clyde Frazier, while you're watching the telecast, the great Clyde Frazier, I mean, I think he was really on point. He has all the potential in the world.
Yes.
He seems a little, to me, he seems a little hard to coach. He might be one of those guys that are a little, he's strong-willed. He has a thick head. He may be a little hard to coach.
You think you think Fizdale's having a hard time with him?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think look, Fizdale's a very popular coach around the league.
Uh huh.
LeBron and everyone, they vouch for him. So, there's something I don't know with Smith Jr. He plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Yes, absolutely.
And I like that.
Me too.
I like that.
Absolutely.
But he also has to make the other players on the team better. And it's hard. There's not a lot of talent on this roster.
Right.
I would like to see Knox get the ball more. I would like to see Knox be just a little bit more aggressive. I know he's a rookie. He's a good guy. He's a good kid. But I just, I wish I would see him more on the floor.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I'm just looking at the landscape of, what's currently out there right now. And I know a lot of people were saying, Kyrie. But look at Kyrie Irving right now. Right?
Uh,
He's day to day. He's day to day with the opposite knee that he had the surgery on. The opposite knee that he had the surgery on is the one that's hurt.
Right.
Is he one of the players that you're willing to bring in and give a max contract to, knowing his history in regards to the injuries?
Well, like I just said, the hungry Knicks fan, this city has been starving for a winner. I mean, Madison Garden used to be rocking back in the, in the 90s when we had the Ewing Knicks, and the Bulls and all that. And, Kyrie Irving is that type of player. He's a winner. He's won with LeBron.
Yes.
But as you said, with that chronic hip issue, I would stay away from him. I really would. I mean, I would not pay this guy a max contract with his injury history. I mean, I would be leery. I would be very leery. I know they want Durant to come here too. I'll believe that when I see it.
Right, right.
I'll believe that when I see it. Me personally, I wouldn't mind seeing Klay Thompson come here.
Klay Thompson?
Yes, I wouldn't mind seeing Klay Thompson come here. He wants to stay in Golden State. That's been the word. But I wouldn't mind seeing a Klay Thompson come here. Maybe with the Kemba Walker. People are saying that.
Okay, stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Okay, I'm gonna remove Kyrie Irving from the mix, and I'm gonna give you two names. One of them you just mentioned, and the other one is gonna be Damian Lillard. Okay.
Right.
Now, Damian Lillard, I believe, he really wants to be in a large market, in a big city. I know Portland has all the money in the world to give him, but I really feel like he feels like he's not reaching his maximum potential as a brand in Portland. And I think he's dying to come to the big city. Now, we got those two players on the table. If you had to give that max contract to one of those two players, who do you give it to?
I would give it to Lillard.
Lillard?
I would give it to Lillard. Yeah, I would give it to Lillard. I would give it to Damian Lillard.
Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna keep you on, brother. I'm gonna keep you on. Do you feel that sometimes when you have the homegrown New York players, that when they come to play for the Knicks, that they pretty much have a harder time than players that are from other areas coming to play for this team? Like, are you against like bringing guys home? You feel like it's a distraction? Is that why? Tell me why you would take Damian Lillard over Kemba.
I mean, look, Kemba's from the area. He went to UConn.
Right.
He played there at UConn. But hey, look, I would take either one. I don't have a problem with Kemba Walker. He's an all-star. I think he has ice in his veins, ice in his blood. I don't think he'll be overwhelmed by New York.
Right.
Or the crowd or the media. So,
right.
I just, I'm looking for a winner, character players, winners.
All right.
Guys, you don't have to be, everybody wants to get the rush to the Mount Rushmore.
Right.
It's like, oh, we got to get LeBron here. And who wouldn't want LeBron here?
Right.
Who wouldn't want LeBron? Oh, we got to get Kevin Durant. Who wouldn't want Kevin Durant? He's the second best player other than LeBron, in my view. But, you can build yourself a winning team. There are good players out there. And like I said, you have a Knox, who's young, who has all the potential in the world. You have Dennis Smith Jr. And if you get that number 1 or number 2 pick in the draft, that can be the foundation of something. Now you can turn it around very quick in the NBA. The NBA
Absolutely.
is not like other sports. It's
Absolutely.
not like baseball. It's not like the NFL. You can turn it around just like that.
You're right. Let me before I go to this information, once again, it's the Jerry Bishop's live show. We're here at Bravery Studios in Clifton, New Jersey, on Jersey Fresh TV. Now, Damian Lillard, 23.4 points a game. Kemba Walker, 19.5 points a game. Let's see, assists. Damian Lillard, 6.3. Kemba Walker, 5.4 a game. Damian Lillard basically beats Kemba Walker in every single statistical category. Every single one.
Right.
3-pointers made, 3-pointers attempted, field goal percentage, rebounds. Damian Lillard is a better player, but you know what? We don't get to see him play that often. The kid is a beast. He's a beast, and he plays with a chip on his shoulder too. So I'm with you on that. I really feel like, you know what? I would rather have Damian Lillard here in a New York Knicks jersey. Now let me get to another question. Kevin Durant or Anthony Davis? Take your time, brother. Take your time. Don't rush and answer this one.
Boy.
I'm putting you in the GM spot. Okay? Take your time. Cause you're on record. We live? We live, right? We live. I got you. I got you on record. So take your time with this one. Anthony Davis or Kevin Durant?
I would probably take Kevin Durant. I would probably take Durant. The problem with Anthony Davis, it's the style that's being played now, bro. You know, the game is being played from the perimeter. You know, it's no longer the days of, you know, the dominant center of Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, and Shaq. Everything is played from the perimeter. So, for that, just in that, I would take Kevin Durant. It has nothing to do with his championships at Golden State, which, you know, I don't have an issue with it. The man's a winner. I don't like the way he went about it.
Right.
You know, I was a huge fan of his.
Right.
You know, when he was in Oklahoma City, you know, him and Westbrook, that's my boy. Westbrook, you know, that was my boy. But, you know, Durant is the better player. And Davis, he has a history of injury problems too. He's a big man, you know. So even though he is younger, I would probably take Durant.
Okay. Now, if you ask me the same question, okay, I always would say Durant. I mean, I know some guys who watch Durant come to New York, to Rucker Park and Dyckman Park, and put up ridiculous numbers. And when he decided to leave OKC, to me, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right, you know. But I said, you know what, this guy is in control of his career, and he should have the right to go and play where he wants to play, you know. Now, there are some who will be like, you know what, that was one of the weakest moves that you could ever make. But, I mean, to me, he was still the best player on that team, on that Golden State team. You know, and he's probably still the best player on the team. So, you know, it's not like he was really going to be a sidekick, you know. But one of the things that bothers me about Kevin Durant is that he is so sensitive. And I don't think sensitive is a good match for New York media. This guy is having a really hard time with the media in Golden State. You know, they're asking him certain questions about his future. He's like, listen, I'm just a basketball player. I just want to play ball. I'm trying to go do the right thing, the right way. We get all that, KD. But these guys, it's their job to get the scoop. You know? So, what's your feelings on that in regards to thinking that maybe Kevin Durant might not be a good fit for New York just because of the, you know, his characteristics, you know, him being real sensitive, and, you know, the whole Twitter situation where he had like a fake Twitter account. You heard that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I agree with you completely, brother. I completely agree.
But you still think it's too much of a talent to pass up?
He is way too sensitive. You know, he's like that car, your neighbor's car, where, you know, you just brush a leaf, just brushes up on it at 3 o'clock in the morning and it's going off, and, you know, he's just a little too sensitive. Now, did I have an issue at the press conference with the whole, you guys need to grow up. You keep asking me these questions. You're asking my teammates, you need to grow up. You need to grow up. You
Right.
know, did I have a problem with that? I understood where Kevin was coming from, but then he has to understand he's part of the source of that too in some of his actions.
True. That's a great point. That is a great point. He did bring it on himself.
Yeah, but did I think the media in return overreacted? I mean, it was fun. I think so. It wasn't that big of a deal to me. But when he comes here to New York, and you miss a game-winning shot, or you turn the ball over, or for some reason you didn't get the ball, and the media, you know how it is here,
right?
And you don't want to talk, or you want to go, straight to the showers and then jump into your, the $800,000 car or whatever you drive. I mean, it's, that's not going to wash. And the front and back pages here in the city can be very brutal.
Yeah. Listen, this is this New York City basketball is not for the weak. You definitely got to come strong. You got to bring your A game. It's not for everybody. With that said, I feel very strongly about Anthony Davis. I just think the guy's a phenomenal talent. He's big. He can put the ball on the floor. He can shoot with range. He's an inside-outside player. He's a fantastic defensive player. The guy can fill up a stat sheet, And there's one thing that always impressed me about certain players that vocally say they want to be in New York. See, when you say that you want to be here, that always gets to me because, like I said, it's not for everybody. But when somebody comes out and says, I want to take that, I want that challenge, I want to play in New York, I want to be the guy to bring a championship ring to the New York Knicks, that gets my motor running, brother. So
yeah.
He came out and he said that he places the New York Knicks and the Los Angeles Lakers in the same boat. He said, listen, I'll sign an extension with either team. Now, of course, we know that KD is not in a position right now to say that because, he's a member of the Golden State Warriors and, it just wouldn't be professional to do that. Anthony Davis' situation was a little bit different because he had already let it be known that he wanted to be traded. And he's saying, like, listen, y'all can trade me anywhere, but I ain't signing no extension with you unless I'm in New York or I'm in LA. And I think the New York Knicks really didn't have a deal that New Orleans felt comfortable with. But in my heart, I feel like had they had a deal that New Orleans was comfortable with, I think Anthony Davis would have ended up a New York Knick because I feel like New Orleans got a very sour taste in their mouth from the Los Angeles Lakers. What's your thought on that?
Well, I mean, the rumors here in New York, at least on talk radio, was that the Pelicans were asking for this year's number one, this year's first round draft pick.
Right.
And with the Knicks being in the toilet the way they are now, that's like I said. I mean, I think Anthony Davis is, he's an all-star. He's a beast, under the basket. But like I said, he's had injury problems as well. I mean, there's just, the way the game is played. I just think that the way the game is played now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you watch the game last night? Did you watch the game against the Cavs last night?
Yeah.
And we know what happened down the stretch of that game.
Yes.
So you have the ball and there's 20 seconds left in the game and you're coming down the court, you have all the momentum. You're down by 1 point. You're down by 1 point. You have Knox on the wing, on the perimeter, on the left. You have Knox. You're coming down.
And he's going to get better at that. He's going to get better at that.
Why do you have to shoot a three? Imagine if you had Anthony Davis, posting.
Yeah.
Posting, and then you take, and then you shoot a three and miss it.
Yeah.
How do you think that would play out? And that's that's the problem. The game is played completely different.
Right.
Than it was, 15, 20 years ago.
That's true. Hey, listen out there, everybody. I got my man Face Brown on the line from New York City. Face Brown, we got something in common. Let the world know what we got in common, brother. Because we alumni of the same institution.
Oh, Lehman. Oh, come on, the Lehman Lightning? Come on, you better recognize that's the Boogie Down Bronx.
Absolutely, baby. Lehman College in the building. My man Face Brown is on the line. This is Jerry Bishop's live show on Jersey Fresh TV, and we in the dopest studio in the Northeast Bravery Studio. Let me get some water to wet the palate a little bit. So, let me ask you one more question before I let you get out of here, Face. Mm-hmm. Who's your most valuable player in the first half of the season?
Oh, the Greek Freak.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the Greek Freak. Come on. I mean, he's averaging, 27 points, 13 rebounds, shooting 58% from the field. I mean,
okay.
He's put Milwaukee, he's put the Bucks on, I mean, they got a chance. I really think the Bucks have a chance, to go deep in the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
I really feel. LeBron's not there anymore.
True.
You don't have to worry about Cleveland. And Boston, they just can't seem to figure it out. They're a huge disappointment.
Yeah. They're well coached, but I don't think they're getting past Philly this year. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you, brother. Philly is stacked.
Yeah. So, I know a lot of people are saying Harden, he's going to repeat, and Harden scoring 30 points every night after. You know what? For me, do it in the playoffs.
Right.
But honestly, and that's no disrespect to his game.
Yeah.
Do it in the playoffs because they had Golden State. They had them.
Right.
They had them. And that.
But look. If Chris Paul was healthy, they would have beat Golden State.
True. Absolutely true.
If Chris Paul did not go down, see, that's why Chris Paul was practically in tears, brother, because everybody knows that they had Golden State on the ropes. If Chris Paul did not go down, they would have beat the Golden State Warriors. There is no doubt in my mind they would have beat Golden State.
But this is why, and everybody keeps getting on Carmelo. Oh, Carmelo's never won anything. Carmelo has never taken the team to the finals. Carmelo has, as much as I love Chris Paul, what has Chris Paul done?
Right.
So, he was with the Clippers, and they had Jordan. They also had Blake Griffin. They had their three.
Yes.
Their big three.
Yes.
I mean, so, what has Chris Paul done? So, I mean, that's just me. That's just my opinion.
Right. Right. You know what? Honestly, I thought you were going to say Harden. You surprised me with the Greek Freak picking him. But you know what? You got a great point. The guy's playing phenomenal basketball. So listen, Face, I definitely appreciate you calling in, being the first caller to the Jerry Bishop's live show. You are welcome to call at any time. Gotta get you in studio when I can, brother.
I'll try to make my way there. Jerry Fresh.
My man. Thank you, brother, for calling. All right. That was my man, Face Brown, from New York City, alumni of Lehman College as well. Guy's doing big things and he knows his basketball. I'm always happy to have you guys call in and just basically let me know how you feel about different things in regards to sports, politics, entertainment. You know, one of the reasons why I always said, you know what, I want to continue to do this podcast show is because I listen to other sports shows while I'm driving, while I'm at work, and there's a lot of times when I want to call in and I got something to say and I'm burning up. Like I want to say what I got to say to this guy on his show because he said something that's so crazy. I want to respond to him and let him know that he's wrong or I agree with what he's saying. And you know what? I'm sitting on hold for like 30 minutes. I said to myself, you know what? I want to give my folks the opportunity to call in this show and say, listen, this is how I feel about this or this is how I feel about that. I don't have to agree with you, but I just want to make sure that I use my platform for you to voice your opinion. There are going to be times when we talk about things that have absolutely nothing to do with sports. Tonight, there are a couple of subjects that I would love to touch on, but we're not going to do that. We're going to save it for another time. This whole blackface situation, we're going to get in there heavy. All of these Democratic presidential contenders, we're going to get into that heavy. I want to know, if you guys had to vote tomorrow, who would you select? These are things that we are going to talk about on a regular basis. I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to call in and voice how you feel about a number of different things that's going on in the news and in your community. I'm going to give business owners the opportunity to come in and talk about their business. I'm a big supporter of small business. So I'll give you the opportunity to come in, talk about your business or the services that you provide. I'll give you an opportunity to call in and let us know what it is that's going on in your community. What are you doing? When's the grand opening? You know, like I said, I want to use this platform to help as many people as possible and also to give my friends and family and even people that I don't know the opportunity to call in and speak their truth. This is the Jerry Bishop's live show. This is episode number 1 on Jersey Fresh TV at Bravery Studios. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Jerry Bishop's live on Jersey Fresh TV here at Bravery Studios. The number is 862-621-9536. We'll be here for a short period longer to take your calls and talk about the plight of our New York Knicks. The future of the New York Knicks. Who we should sign. Who we should give all this money. This $70+ million available to give to the next players that are going to bring us a title. So we can raise another banner in the city of New York. In Madison Square Garden. Okay, we got another caller. It's a beautiful thing. Jerry Bishop live. Who's on the line?
It's Eric Webb. How you doing?
Oh, Eric. Big E. Thank you for calling Jerry Bishop live, my brother. How are you doing this evening? How you doing, fella?
I'm good. Yourself?
Good. Thank you, man. Listen.
Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Because, you are definitely family. Because, at the double coverage radio situation, you was one of my aces. You know what I mean? And you know your sports. You know your sports very well. Penn State alumnus.
Yeah, good times.
My man. Well, I know you're proud of your man Saquon, right?
Oh, I ain't never tired of Saquon. I can see him run every week. All 52 weeks I can run.
That's what's up. I'm a Jets fan, but I give props where props is due.
I appreciate that.
Saquon is definitely doing his thing. But you know what? What I wanted to talk to you about is let me ask you a question. What's your thoughts on Kyrie Irving? You think that he's one of the players that we should bring here, even after all of the injuries that have taken place in his career, or should we go with a Kemba Walker or a Damian Lillard? Who you got?
Definitely. If it's
who you got? As a matter of fact, before we crazy with the segments. We used to come with the segments, right?
Yeah. We had a lot of fun with the segments.
In honor of you and what you contributed in the past, we are gonna name a segment right now.
We're gonna name another one.
We're gonna name a segment right now. It's gonna be called "Who You Got."
I like that. It has a nice ring to it. Who you got?
Who you got? You got Kyrie, Kemba, or Damian Lillard? Who you got, my brother?
Between those three, I'm definitely picking Damian Lillard without a doubt.
Woo!
And then I'm picking Kemba, and then Kyrie, because Kyrie, his health is too much of an issue for me.
Right.
It seems like he can't put together a month without getting hurt, and you just can't have that,
It's
Damian Lillard, he does more than score.
Oh, absolutely. That boy can play some defense too.
Kyrie's been doing his thing with his assist this season when he is on the court, but he's not on the court enough.
Right. Well, let me ask you a question. So you said Kyrie's out of the picture, right? And you said Damian Lillard over Kemba. Now,
if I had to choose,
who is the next player that you pair with a Damian Lillard to come to New York? Is it a Kawhi Leonard? Is it KD? Or is it Anthony Davis?
It's definitely KD for me.
Who you got?
It's KD, and somebody else I think they don't talk about enough.
What?
They have what they did with the Dallas Mavericks trade. What they did is free up spots for 2 max players. So
yes,
I think personally they should go after KD. And one player you don't hear a lot about who has a player option is Julius Randle on the Pelicans. I like him when he was on the Lakers, but he's coming to his own as a big that brings that toughness and can do many different things for you. And I think they can use that. I mean, you have Kevin Knox, but, he's still developing. And, Mitchell Robinson is big. But I think if you have a potential starting lineup, and then they get Zion too. So let's say Kyrie does come there. Even if he doesn't, even if they don't get a point guard this offseason, I'm very impressed so far what I've seen from Dennis Smith Jr.
Yes.
I think this is just a situation he needed, compared to Dallas to thrive. And he's
right.
going to get better for it. He has a high ceiling. So if you have him and you have Zion, potentially KD, DeAndre Jordan as your defensive anchor, that's a lot right there.
Right.
And then they'll get guys on the bench if they produce that winning culture.
Hey, listen, I agree with you, but then I kind of disagree with you. I'm gonna tell you why.
What do you disagree with?
Because if the Knicks get that number 1 pick, I gotta ship that number 1 pick down to New Orleans to get Anthony Davis.
But he also is kind of injury prone.
A little bit. But okay, he is a little bit injury prone. But what about KD being all sensitive?
Yeah, that's true. KD's definitely sensitive. I mean,
you think KD can handle New York media?
He can't, but I think he will. Because people are going to say things regardless. I think, if anything, he's embraced the whole bag, I think, which is kind of like what LeBron did when he went to Miami. He embraced it, and we saw the best LeBron we ever seen. So I think it's not about that anymore. It's so much that KD, I think, knows. Especially if they win this year. I think this is a unique situation where it's not like, oh, if they win, he's staying for sure. I think it's the opposite. I think if they win, it'll be like, all right, I came here and cheat coded my way to 3 championships. Now I want to go somewhere else where I have to work a little harder, and just I'm up for the challenge. And then my own teammates call me the B word. I'm not as a man. I can't accept that.
Right.
So.
Okay. All right. I can dig it. I can definitely dig it. So, one more question before I let you go. Because I know you're a man of the town. I know you're a man of the town. You've been out a lot lately. It's a beautiful thing.
I try to have a little fun.
All right. So, first half of the NBA season, who is your most valuable player thus far?
Without a doubt, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Woo!
The Greek freak.
That boy got 2 votes. That boy got 2 votes, most valuable player so far.
Because they've been talking about him as the MVP for the past 3 seasons or so, but I'm always like, it's always been somebody that's slightly better. Because he still he hasn't even developed a really good jump shot yet. So when he does that, it's a wrap. But I think for the first half of the season, because James Harden averaged 40 points in January, and he's been going off when he's had to because his teammates have been down. But if you just look at everything, everything they do, player efficiency, the plus and minus on the court, I think Greek Freak definitely has that. I mean, he's averaging 27, 12, and 5 right now.
Right.
And Harden's numbers have been good. But look at the Bucks. Everyone into the season was talking about, the Sixers, the Raptors, and the Celtics. Nobody was talking about the Bucks being right there, and look at them right now leading the East. So I think that's a big deal. The way they play, the style they play, has a better chance of succeeding over the way James Harden plays.
Right.
And Kobe said that last week in a sit down with Rachel Nichols. He even said I love what he's doing right now, but the way that team is constructed, the way they play, their style of play, that's not going to win a championship.
Well, we all know, to Harden's defense, the reason why he had to play like that was because Chris Paul was down and one of the other players was down. So I mean, that team could not afford to lose 7, 8, 9 straight games. You see when LeBron went down, how the Lakers, they just basically fell apart. The Houston Rockets know. Right. The Houston Rockets know that they can't afford to just let everything fall apart because Chris Paul went down. And, listen, the Greek Freak is a heck of a player, man. And he's only getting better. He's only getting better. And I'm going to tell you this right now. The Milwaukee Bucks and the Philadelphia 76ers are going to meet in the Eastern Conference Championships, and that is going to be one of the best playoff series that we've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, I think it's the Sixers and the Raptors.
Sixers and Raptors?
Yeah, and especially now they have Marc Gasol.
Yeah, but I think that Milwaukee team, man, I think they've really gelled and they got it together and they're well coached. You know.
Oh yeah, they're very well coached.
Yeah, I just
Let's not
don't
forget what Mike Budenholzer did in Atlanta.
Yeah. I just feel like, you know, if Philly ends up playing Toronto, I think Philly will beat Toronto on the way to probably playing Milwaukee because one of those teams is going to play each other before they reach that third team.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see. We'll see what happens, my brother.
Well, while we're talking about the Rockets, though, I do have a bone to pick with them.
What'd you say?
Because while we're talking about the Rockets, though, I do have a bone to pick with them.
Okay.
Because last year, I mean, I just want to say this year, I can count 3 times exactly. I forget the teams they were playing, but 3 times exactly I remember this year when they were down by 1 going into the final minute of the fourth quarter. They took a 3-pointer, and I know they're a team that lives and dies by the 3. But as we saw last year's finals, Game 7, the Western Conference Finals, when they lost to the Warriors, you know, they just needed one more game to win, but then Chris Paul went down.
Right.
And they went 3 for 30 on their final 3-point attempts. Final 33-point attempts. You can't do that. Like, if you go cold, what else are you going to do? You know,
Right.
You can't just live and die by 3 in the playoffs, and you're not going to get as many calls. So you're not going to get to the line as much.
Bro.
I think they have to have a backup plan.
Bro, my brother.
What's up?
You ain't forget who's coaching that team, right?
Yeah, it is. It's D'Antoni. He's cruising right now. He's cruising.
Listen, man.
Cruising.
That guy.
One of the best players. He wouldn't still be a coaching.
Don't even waste your energy, man. He just throws the ball out there and let these guys run and do whatever the heck they want to do.
It's crazy. Because I actually wrote a story about this recently. How because he's known as the offensive coach. We all know that. But
yes.
Last season they were ranked 7th in the league in defense. And
right.
You know they had Ariza, Mbah Mute, and all that.
Yes.
But you know, I do have to give him some credit on that. But I think they need a backup plan more than anything. Because we all know once you take that 3 away from them, that's that. And the bad part about it is it's not even that the Warriors defended them so bad. So well. They just went cold from behind the arc. That can happen any game.
He didn't make the right adjustments. I mean, listen, like I said earlier in the show, had Chris Paul not gotten hurt, I honestly believe that they would have beat the Golden State Warriors. But
yeah,
there was just listen, and I'm not even gonna knock D'Antoni. Listen, without Paul, there was no way they was gonna beat Golden State. They came close, but there was just too much star power on Golden State. You know.
Yeah, but Golden State was struggling though in that series. That's the thing.
Yes.
Like, they could have taken him out. They really could have. And I believe the same thing. If Chris Paul hadn't gone down, we'd be talking about a different story. And
we all know Steph Curry is a defensive liability. You know.
He is.
He could guard anybody.
Yeah.
You know. So, hey, listen, my bro. I definitely appreciate you calling in.
Thanks for having me. Anytime.
All right. You enjoy the rest of your evening, and we always welcome you to come in and call. You got to come into the studio and chat with me, brother.
Definitely, anytime. Jersey Fresh.
Yes, sir, my man, Big E. Penn State's finest.
We are.
Yes, sir. All right.
Yeah, have a good one.
You too.
Hey.
All right. Again, this is the Jerry Bishop's live show on Jersey Fresh TV. I want to thank Face Brown and my man E, Big E from Penn State, for calling. And I love talking to my fellas about the game of basketball and the game of football. And like I said on the other shows in the future, there's going to be a lot of other subjects that we are going to touch on. So, you guys feel free to call in at any time. Go to Jersey Fresh TV on YouTube and subscribe. Go to @JerryBishops on IG. Go to @JerryBishops on Facebook. go to Bravery Studios, at Bravery Studios, and click that follow link as well. I definitely want to thank everybody that's listening, everybody that's viewing, everybody that called in, everybody that said a prayer or sent me a text or gave me a shout out or shared my social media messages. Thank you. It means the world to me. Jerry Bishops, I'm signing out. Peace.